Al agua le dicen gloria, la candela dice Candelo, Candelito, ay Candelo, ay Candelo. Yo anduve todito Haití buscando un condenado que dijera bacalao, yo lo decía la mujer Candelito, ay Candelo, Candelito, ay Candelo, ay Candelo, ay Candelo. Enciendo peca salao, me dicen pues don Salé, como van a un bucané, le dice al plátano asado, y el arroz que está graneado, le dicen digigreñe, Candelito, ay Candelo, Candelito, ay Candelo. Pues ya le dicen adiós y a los molondrones como, y a los jefes de judú, le llaman papa boco, Candelito, ay Candelo, Candelito, ay Candelo. La société, bonsoir, bonsoir. Côté, bonsoir. Côté, tapia, pujale, zumbinantet.
Dice el caballo que a donde te roguí el pañuelo, pa' llamar Candelo se dice.
A un belier, a un toné, côté, bonsoir, côté, tapia, côté, pampulancé, balón de cementerio, Belia Berquén. La société, bonsoir, bonsoir. A un leoncín, a un belier, Belia Berquén, hey, putoné de 10, côté, bonsoir, un buen dancé.
Well, good morning if it's morning, good evening if it's evening, good night if it's night, and a big hearty salam alaikum to each and every one of you that's listening to us live, or will be listening to us in archives. Happy Monday, happy Monday, happy fun day. Well, guys, I gotta tell you, the weekend was full of adventure. I went to Magical Lady Duchess's place over there in Mesquite. Got to see some good friends like Magical Lady Duchess, Star Cassis, Tanya, the divine tarot diva herself, was there giving readings and giving classes. And you know what, it sure is different when a worker gets to go and sit down and learn from another worker. In this day and age, many of us think that we are all knowing, all comprehending, all this and all that, and don't sit down and learn from other workers anymore. It is as though people these days think that they know everything. Everything that can be or could have been taught to them was already taught. The all-knowing, the all-composing, the all-whatever. And we forget that in spirituality, learning never stops. Learning is a lifelong process. We are sponges. We are here to learn. So when I sit down and I learn from another worker or speak to another worker, an older worker, I humble myself and I take that information in. See, because the era of old workers is ending upon us. Many of the old workers now are in their 60s, 70s, some even in their 80s. And many of them are taking this knowledge with them. So every time that I get to sit down and speak to and converse and learn from an old worker, I feel privileged. I feel humbled. See, because some of these secrets that these people have that are sharing with us these days were things that people are taking with them. And then we say things like, well, yeah, I remember my mama or my grandmother used to do this little thing that. She used to fix this little thing this way. Or do that way. And then you come across something on the internet of someone speaking, you say, oh shit, they were doing that work. See, but you never took the time to humble yourself, to sit down, to learn from this person. We are in an era, especially spiritually, where it's drive-by hoodoo, drive-by santeria, drive-by palo, drive-by spirituality. I saw this work, so I'm going to try this work, and it's going to work, and all this kind of bullshit. But to actually sit in the presence of someone who has been doing this for 30 to 40, 50 years is where it's at. And even I, who consider myself an old worker, had the privilege this weekend to sit down and watch someone do their craft. Saw someone teaching. And I was amongst the students, taking notes, making observations. Maybe it's because I do it this way, but let me listen to the way that she does it. Let me take all this in. Let me be part of this community. And I sat there in the audience and I learned something new, and I felt privileged. I felt good. I felt like the ancestors had placed something upon me. So I guess my message for the day is, you're never too old to learn. You're never too old to learn. You're never too old to humble yourself. You're never better than anyone else. If you notice that the songs today are kind of more of the older type songs that don't have copyrights and stuff, is because I've been getting flagged on YouTube for using other people's songs because of copyright infringement and all that type of stuff. I am in the middle of getting some type of licensing so I can play whatever I want to play and pay these people their money. But anyway, you're listening to It's 12 O'Clock Somewhere, baby, and I am Candelo Kimbisa. I hope you're enjoying this Monday, because I surely am. I'll be right back.
Vuélvelo a llamar Secundino, vuélvelo a llamar si tú tienes valor. Vuélvelo a llamar Secundino, vuélvelo a llamar si tú tienes valor. Pero vuélvelo a llamar Secundino, vuélvelo a llamar si tú tienes valor. Vuélvelo a llamar Secundino, vuélvelo a llamar si tú tienes valor. Vuélvelo a llamar Secundino, vuélvelo a llamar si tú tienes valor. Vuélvelo a llamar Secundino, vuélvelo a llamar si tú tienes valor. Pero vuélvelo a llamar Secundino.
yesterday, I did a Facebook Live. And in the Facebook Live, I showed a little bit of work. I've always been a type of hands-on person when teaching. Even when I go out and give my lectures on magic, it's usually some type of hands-on thing. Because I believe that people love to be able to see things up close, see things how they're worked, and seeing the practicality of our spirituality. As I was thinking back on going back on memory lane and thinking about the things that my godmother, Changodina Ibae Ntuno, used to do as a teacher. Her teaching style was much different than my godfather's, Magito Ilabarako Ibae. Was much different because his was he be working and he be doing things and he wasn't even speaking while he was teaching. It was more or less like hand me this, give me that, do this, do that type of thing. And while you were handing him and passing all those things around, you were learning. But she was, again, a motherly figure. Her way of teaching was, take this, smell this, hear this, look at the sun as it is in the sky as you pick this. Look at the way that the leaves are turned. Look at this, look at that. You only do this work at this time, or at this time of the year, or at this time of the night, and things of that sort. But while sitting down and thinking about some of this work yesterday, I was thinking about something else that she had taught me on how to hide your spiritual work. Yes, how to hide your spiritual work. Because we all know, and this reminded me yesterday of a talk that Mambo Yanza had on her live feed about work and how work is attributed and brought back to the people and things of that sort, and how some people, figure out who the work came from. And a lot of times when you do work, when you do reversal work, guess what? It goes back to the person who sent out the work. Okay, because it's amazing to me because I caught Mama Star on Saturday, I believe it was, and then I caught Mambo Yanza on Monday, and they were speaking about the same thing. But we all know that whoever made the trick made the solution for the trick. Okay? So if you have a spiritual working, there's always an antidote to break it, and there's always an antidote to be able to cover it. When I say cover it, what I mean is to make it invisible, so that people do not know where the magic came from. Well, this is another gem that Changodina taught me, Ibae Ntuno. She would always tell me, you always have to close your spiritual work. You have to cover your spiritual work so that no one can attribute it to who it came from. So a very old trick that she taught me years ago was to be able to use a vine. Yes, a vine, like the vines that grow up walls and the vines that grow up, that grow on fences. Because if you let one of these vines grow enough, it'll very soon start taking over whatever it is that it's crawling up. A lot of times when you see a vine-covered fence, sometimes you can't even see what's behind the fence. So you see where I'm coming from. So if you were to take this vine, and you have to slowly take it off the fence, or slowly take it off whatever it is, the wall, the fence, the wooden structure, or maybe if it's running across the ground, you would have to take this vine and take you off a very long piece of it, maybe about a yard, 3 feet of it. And you take this vine and you make a reef out of it. Okay? You take it and you make a nice little size reef around it. Then you get yourself another piece of vine, maybe about 3 feet long too. And you slowly start crisscrossing it across the reef that you have already made. And crisscrossing it and crisscrossing it. So what happens then? You have made a cover for your spiritual work. So you simply put your work down and put that over the work. And that'll keep anyone from seeing where the magic came from. Now, many of you are saying, oh my God, that is so simple. Well, baby, you know what? When I was taught spirituality, when I was taught magic, you learn how to use what you can use. You didn't just simply go over to your new Botanica, to your online store. You didn't do any of that. You simply grabbed what you can grab and made the shit work. You're listening to It's 12 o'clock somewhere, baby. And I'm Candelo Kimbisa. Come on, man. Let's get this party started.
bailando.
Now that was my good friend Lázaro Briumba. Please do check out Lázaro Briumba on his many pages on Facebook and on his journey. I absolutely love him. He was one of the first people to give me permission to use his music. So guys, I hope that you're enjoying this, and I hope you're enjoying this little teaching session I'm giving you today. I said this yesterday on my Facebook Live, and I'm going to say it again today. You know, we are doing our communities a disservice. See, because there's a lot of people saying shit like, this spirituality is ours, this is ours, or this is this, or this is that, but they're not teaching anyone anything. Just get up on their soapboxes and scream out the top of their lungs how this is this and this is that and you're doing it wrong, but they're not giving anybody any sense. You're not giving anything back to this community. So, once or twice a week, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to fucking spill my guts. A lot of people are going to hate me for it, actually. But I do not care. I am going to show. I am going to teach. And we are all going to grow as a community. So, I was thinking, since we were talking on the things of vines and invasive plants, that we do know that some of these vines and invasive plants can be used for love and for binding and for all this, because they stick to everything and they're parasites. And they will drain or suck the life out of their host tree or host fence or whatever it is that they grow on. But did you know that these same invasive plants can also be used for money? Yes, for your cash. So that no one can stop your money, so your money will never stop, so that this money grows. Have you seen how powerful a weed can be? That it can break through cement? That it could, fuck up the goddamn foundation of your house, or a root could fuck up the foundation of your house? How strong these things are? Well, I gotta tell you. Again, I give thanks to my ancestors for teaching me these things. I was always taught that if you had a weed patch inside your yard, inside your home, you're not supposed to kill off all the weeds. Why? Because these weeds can also be used for work. Whether it's for love work, to get someone to do something that they don't want to, or to make your money grow. Think about it, guys. Everybody's had this one patch of weed by their home that you've poured gasoline on, you've tried to burn, you bought some type of weed killer to try to kill it, and a couple of months goes by, and guess what? That weed is fucking right back. So I was taught that you save that little piece of weed that's there. Yeah, you just leave it right there. But up under that, you would plant some money. You would plant some gold. You would put a little bit of silver. And over that weed, you would pray over it. I love Isaiah 55 verse 10, but I also love Psalms 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. As you put the dirt back on top of that money that you have planted under that weed. So shall the word that cometh out my mouth, and so on and so forth. It shall not return to me void, but shall accomplish whatever I please. So by the same way of burying that money, buy that weed, buy that ivy, buy that crawling plant, your money will never, ever dwindle. Your money will never die. You get where I'm coming from? It's nothing but a little bit of thinking, practical thinking, practical magic. I hope you learned something today, baby, 'cause I damn sure am teaching. Well, baby, you know when I come back, I'm going to give you a little bit of work. But right now, go on ahead and listen to this. I'll be right back.
Hemos quedado del agua, díjele, ya pegó pie, paquilín, dame un peño, un trabajo y cunuya. Hemos quedado del agua, monsieur.
Soy yo que de Usul que llamo ya pegó pie para que hagamos un trabajo ahora mismo.
Usted Saúl fumo de mare, usted Anaísa fumo de dance, el usted me trae y dime si me ay usted tapia fumo de rue, ay fumo, se mueve de un sur de la come la sociedad bonsoir, bonsoir. Samuel Jean pegó pie, Nantella Perrito Messier.
Soy Jean pegó pie que estoy en cabeza de mi caballo Rafaelito. Samuel Jean pegó pie.
Bote van fumo de dance. El cote Anaísa fumo de dance. El cote me trae y dime Messier. Cote tapia fumo de buen. Bonsoir la société. Bonsoir, bonsoir, bonsoir. Cote Anaísa fumo de dance. El cote me trae y dime Messier. Muéale. Samuel Jean pegó pie, Messier.
Dice el misterio que ya se va conforme. Que ya curó todos los hechizos que habían aquí. Sí, ya me voy conforme.
Well, I hope y'all enjoying this Monday, baby. I hope y'all enjoying this Monday, because I surely am. I gotta tell you, man, it's coming, it is coming, baby. Because next week, Candelo Kimbisa will be in Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be there for a minimum of 5 days. So if you want to check me out while I'm in Atlanta, shoot me a PM. Man, we can get together, do some work, do you a reading, or do whatever you want to. Even if you want to just take me out for a damn cup of coffee. As long as it ain't Starbucks, because I do not feel like you should pay $7 for a cup of coffee for me, okay? So anyway, Atlanta's coming up on the 18th. I'll be in Atlanta, Georgia, doing my thing. Come on and check me out. Then after that, of course, it's the Witches Ball, baby, in Sleepy Hollow, New York, where Ifeanyi Bayu, Crystal Madison, Hoodoo Zen Moise, and a host of other celebrities, spiritualist people will be there in Sleepy Hollow, New York. Then after that, baby, comes Botanica Abre Caminos. Yes, I will be in Botanica Abre Caminos in in Cleveland, Ohio, sorry. And there's something else being planned up for the House of Wills, which I hear that it's an old mortuary that is haunted and has a lot of activity. We're probably going to do a ghost hunt or something like that there. So if you happen to be around there, check us out. There is something else coming on, okay? Magical Lady Duchess. on the 26th of October is going to have a Halloween ball. Yes, a Halloween ball, guys. Man, all of us will be there. Magical Lady Duchess, Charles Porterfield, Hoodoo Zen Moise, Mama Star Cassis. We will all be there with our best Halloween costumes on. We're going to do a ball. We'll probably do a little bit of teaching. There's going to be drinks. So, guys, come and check us out at Magical Lady Duchess on October the 26th. She has a wonderful ballroom for us, has a wonderful thing. So go on ahead and check out these things, baby, because it's on. But last and definitely not least, guys, the Mile High Conjure Gala. Man, the Mile High Conjure Gala, it's right there. It's in November, baby. So come on out and check us out, man. Come on out and check out Doc Beverly Smith, Michelle Jackson, Hoodoo Zen Moise, Hoodoo Moise, Charles Porterfield, Loretta Luzima, Ifa Ibeyu. Man, if I forgot anybody, like my sister says, charge it to my head and not to my heart. Because honestly, that is a lot of information. But I know that's coming up in November. In November, baby. Man, last year we had a group of 150 or more people. So guys, get up your tickets because it is coming, it is coming, it is coming. That Conjure Caravan, it's on its way to beautiful Denver, Colorado. Man, I look forward to seeing you all there. And hell, shit, we might just have some edibles together. Girl, I tell you, this place is fun. This is the end of the season for most of us. After that, we do our Christmas, we do our Thanksgiving with our family, and all that stuff there, and get ready for the new year. All right? But the new year is going to bring so much more new things for us. We're going to be going off to Omaha, Nebraska. We're going to be going off to Detroit, Michigan. Okay? We're going to be doing new things in new places with old friends. All right? So, guys, keep in contact with us. Follow us on our social media platforms. Follow the Mile High Conjure Gala. Follow Yvette the Motown Witch. Follow Ifai Abeyo. Follow Charles Porterfield, Mama Star Cassis, Hoodoo Zen Moise. Man, follow our sister Beverly Smith and Michelle Jackson. Because we are all doing things in our own perspective lives, but we're also doing things oh Lord, what is the word? We're also doing things together that we are going to be bringing to each and every one of you. And if we're not in your state, we'll be close to it. So come on and check us out, man. Come out and hang out with us. Man, take your goddamn roots back. Because we're giving it all away, baby. So this is what it's all about. When I come back, we're going to read you a story, and then I'm going to get on with this Monday, baby. Because we got to manifest some goddamn money. I'll be right back.
Como Boribale, un chango, lo mío. Como Boribale, un chango, lo mío. A la dola, aquí la dola, guara, un bao chire. Uruta, guamowi, a loro, orungo, camei, mei. Orungo, camei, mei, guolo, tu mare. A to fingo yo, agua que te lepe, oh, que te huela, pe, oh, patele, la valoriza, oh, patele, la valoriza, oh, patele, la gualato, y lupo guaye, oh, pavoso, siete rayos me lleva 7 leguas, 7 leguas pongo 7 leguas. 7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas. Digo, 7 leguas pongo 7 leguas. 7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas. Oh, 7 leguas pongo 7 leguas. 7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas. Oh, yo 7 leguas pongo 7 leguas. 7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas. Ah, rayo pato un congo 7 leguas. 7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas. Arriba, abajo ponte 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas.
7 rayos allá a La Palma, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas.
Oyo, 7 leguas Congo, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas.
7 leguas Congo, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas.
Chango, Javier Sileo, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas.
Oyo, 7 leguas Congo, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas.
Arrayo Patón Congo, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva 7
leguas Congo, 7 leguas Congo.
7 rayos me lleva 7
leguas Congo, 7 leguas Congo.
7 rayos me lleva
7 leguas Congo, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva
7 leguas Congo, 7 leguas. 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva
Arrayo Patón Congo, 7 leguas Congo, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva
Fabio Chile mi chango, 7 leguas Congo.
7 rayos me lleva
7 leguas Congo, 7 leguas.
7 rayos me lleva 7 leguas.
Ya la le me, ya balang balang. Pero que estaba llorando una niña, que a las orillas del río, viendo las amarguras de este mundo tan traidor, y ella le imploraba a Dios. Ella le imploraba a Dios, solo pidió bájala, pero nadie la escuchaba. Y ella decidió volar. Ya la ya balan, balan. Pero oh, abuela, tiñosa abuela, ¿cómo va a volar? Oh, ¿cómo va a volar? Oh, Dios lo mío va a ganar. Tiñosa, ¿cómo va a volar? Tiñosa, va a volar. Niña abuela, abuela ya. Oh, Dios lo mío va a ganar. Como vuela ya. Vuela, vuela ya. Oh, Dios lo mío va a ganar. Niña, ¿cómo va a volar? Oh, Dios lo mío va a ganar. Vuela, como vuela ya. Vuela, niña, vuela ya. Vuela, ¿cómo va a volar? Ole, 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 baguacé. 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 Y tú ole, ole, baguacé. Niña, mira cómo va a volar. Ole, ole, baguacé. Ole, ole, baguacé. Ole, ole, baguacé. Niña abuela, cómo va a volar. Macetón muy alonde, macetón.
That was Elu Aye with Latinosa. Yes, sir, yes, sir, yes, sir. It is Monday and we are speaking and we are having fun. Yesterday was for the Lukumi tradition. We celebrated the feast day of Oshun, and the day before that, Yemaya. So I'm hoping that everybody got in all their stuff and put in their offerings and spoke to these wonderful, wonderful mothers, and spoke to them and gave them your concerns and spread motherly love to each and every one of us. So today's story, of course, comes from The Adventures of High John the Conqueror by Stephen Sandfield. In the box. No, I think I'll say a little bit of smaller one. John wins a bet. Watermelons are so much of the summer in the South as a long, lazy days. And there wasn't a farm or a plantation that didn't have his own watermelon patch. When the melons were ripe, some farmers would fill the wagons with big old green fruit and take them down to sell. One of the most successful watermelon peddlers was a man named Dillon, who used to do all kinds of tricks to attract buyers to his wagon. Sometimes he hired a banjo player to gather a crowd. Other times he held a weight-guessing contest, and the person who would guess comes closer to the exact same weight of the melon won it as a prize. Each Saturday the townsfolk would pay a visit to Dillon's wagon to see what he might be going on. But one Saturday he made a mistake. That day he held up a 40-pounder and said, "I'll give $5 to anyone who can eat this melon to the rind. But if he doesn't eat it all, he would have to pay me $1 for it." John just happened to be standing in the crowd, walked up to the wagon and says, "Will you give me an hour to decide?" Mr. Dillon thought it was a strange request, but he agreed, providing, of course, that no one else wanted to try. Well, the 45-pound watermelon was about as big as a small dog or a very big cat, and nobody else had in the mind of trying to eat it. It was still there when John returned an hour later and announced that he was ready. He cut up the watermelon and started eating. He went at it like a man who had been hungry for a 3-day fever, stopping only to catch his breath and to spit out a huge mouthful of seeds. Less than 10 minutes after he started, all was left of the 40-pound watermelon was a pile of white and green rind. Everyone was amazed of the prodigious display of eating. But no more than Mr. Dillon himself. He had never dreamed he would lose this bet. "John," he announced, "you won fair and square. I'm going to give you those $5. But before I do, I'd like to know why you needed an hour to decide." "Well," John replied, "it's like this. I knew I had a watermelon at home just about the same size. So I went home and ate it. And I figured if I could eat that one, I could eat this one too." Guys, these stories are from The Adventures of High John the Conqueror. I'm hoping that you enjoyed this wonderful book and that you go by and pick it up. I know a lot of people have, and a lot of people have been happy with their decision. Guys, it is Monday. We got a whole bunch of things to do. It's a wonderful day out there. I hope that you give a little something back to your communities. Don't post it on social media or on any of these damn things. Just do something good for the community today. Remember, it takes a village, baby. As always, may all the eguns and shadows that accompany you have all the necessary light. From where I, Candelo Kimbisa, sits, that's it. Salam alaikum, everyone, and have a great and prosperous week.
Mere wo timbo lo de, mere wo timbo. mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, ebioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo cuelea. Mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, ebioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo cuelea. Mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, ebioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo cuelea. Ah, mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo. Mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, ebioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo cuelea. Mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo, ebioso mere botimbo lo de, mere botimbo cuelea. Ah, mere botimbo cuelea. Ah, mere botimbo cuelea. Ah, mere botimbo cuelea. Poebioso padece sale colobo. Allá no padece sale 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 poebioso padece sale